Aquaman. Aquaman made his first appearance in More Fun Comics issue 73 in September of 1941. Many people have a horrible vision of Aquaman as his Silver Age over cheesy self, but in this episode I'll be explaining the origin of the far more badass modern age Aquaman. Now, unlike Deathstroke's, Aquaman's origin has never really been set in stone, so most fans pick their own version of it. So I will try to outline the basic points of the most popular origin. Tom Curry was a lonely but generally upbeat lighthouse keeper. One night, during a horrible storm, he was watching the sea, looking out for boats, when suddenly he spotted a person in the distance. He quickly ran out and braved the stormy seas, knowing that if this person was still alive in these hellish conditions, it would not be for much longer. He managed to get to the person and pull them to safety. When he got to shallow waters and glanced down at the person he had saved, he saw an extremely beautiful woman, whose appearance seemed to have not been affected by the harsh conditions at all. When Tom finally got the words to ask her who she was and what she was doing, she answered by saying that all she could tell him right now, that her name was Atlana, and she was very thankful for his help. Soon after that night, Tom fell for Atlana, and as much as she tried not to, due to his hospitality and overkind personality, Atlana fell for him also. Atlana explained to Tom that she was from a place far different to anywhere on land, called Atlantis, but she had run from that place, in search for a better, more peaceful life. Tom understood that she did not wish to dwell on the past, so he helped her to build a new life on land. They soon married, and lived together happily in Tom's lighthouse. A while after, Atlana became pregnant with a baby boy. Before the boy was born, he was named Arthur, and nicknamed Orin by Atlana, to honour her heritage. The child was so unique, being the offspring of a human and an Atlantean, that the birth met many complications. So much so that after his birth, Arthur's mother tragically passed away, leaving Tom to look after him by himself. Tom raised him to be an honourable and kind person. He spoke little of Arthur's mother to him, except to explain that she was an amazing woman. One night, when Arthur was 13, him and his father were at the lighthouse when a troop of men came out of the water. They wore ancient armour and wielded weapons that were unlike anything he had ever seen before. They had come to find the only remaining member of the Atlantean royal family. In the confusion, Thomas was killed trying to protect Arthur. Arthur was then taken to Atlantis, where he was to be taught to use his powers and trained to become their new king. Seeing that these people just needed help and did not intentionally mean any harm they had caused him, he eventually accepted his new fate, and when he grew old enough, he became the new king of Atlantis. As the king, he had multiple special abilities, such as strength that rivaled Superman's, bulletproof skin, super speed when in water, and telepathy with most animals on the planet. But in his new position, he did not forget about his human side. He began trying to make peace between the Atlanteans and the surface world. So much so, that during an attack on the planet, he teamed up with other heroes from Earth to form the Justice League, who, as we now know, saved the planet from destruction multiple times after. Aquaman remained a hero both in and out of the seas for many years, in some ways having to protect the largest area of all. In his adventures, he met and fell in love with Mera, his now wife and queen. Despite being a kind and gentle man, as a ruler, he was ruthless. He's still one of the only DC heroes willing to kill. Despite his many enemies and struggles to keep relations between the sea and the land stable, Aquaman did not face an adversary that he could not crush with his combined wit and strength. Well, that is until Peter David came after him. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother episode. I'm Karen Morris, and this has been Comic Talk.